All right then. So I just did a great non-bike two-shoe session with baccarat, about just shy of 8,000. So let's see if I can do the same over here. But I will bike if I have to. That's for sure. Let me see now. That's definitely a stand, isn't it? Yeah, isn't turbo great? I do wish they'd fix it. I just wonder if it's just for me they're going slow. Because I'm paranoid, right? What was that? That was 1 2 3. Okay, 3 2 drop. 4 2. 4 2 it is. Eh. Okay, that was cheeky. 4 4 2 it is. 6 4. Second. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. 6 4. So now it's 6 7 for the push. Oh, did I do that right? Have I got this wrong somehow? Oh dear. Guess that's a stand. That didn't go so well, did it? Was 6 7 third? 6 7 13 13 15 third. Aha! Gotcha. Okay, so we put out 2,800 on the table there, and we won 325. So lots of people would consider that to be completely unacceptable. That's too risky, too blah, blah, blah. But the simple fact of life about all of these games is that if you don't have a bankroll which is up to the task, you will lose. And, I'm not popular for saying that, but it just happens to be the truth. That's just how it is. Waste of time, as those things usually are. Splitting aces is usually a push. All right, 1 2 again. Back to the min. That was cheeky. That was cheeky too. Finally, he manages to lose. Back to the minimum.
Bye.
Goodbye, love. Thank you very much.
See you next time.
Okay. Thank you. It's my cleaner. Lovely lady from Romania. Yes, England is great these days. A sort of a polyglot, a mix of people from different places. I love it. Lots of people here don't, but I think it's great. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. There you go. That's what we needed. A nice dealer 22. And these guys, they keep promoting these bloody crap rip-off games where dealer 22 is a push. I mean, what is the matter with them? Well, the matter with them, of course, is that they're all in the pockets of the casinos. And am I just being controversial? No, I am not. It's like, you could ask me, well, is it controversial to accuse Dana White of lying when he says he won 23 nights in a row over $1 million a time? Of course it's appropriate. I don't care whose bloody best buddy he is. He's insulting our intelligence by saying things like that. That's my view, anyway. Oh dear. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, so that's 2, 3, second. That was a lucky one, wasn't it? Oh no, can you believe that? Bloody hell. I mean, a push 21 is that's just so rude. Yeah, that almost makes up for it. All right, minimum. Oh, now I got to push blackjack. Okay, well, the wizard is obviously in a shitty mood. I think that's a +1, but I'm not sure. That's definitely a double for the nasty tie. So that is 2, 3. So it's 5, 6. Third. I thought we were probably due for, so that's 11, 6. So the drop is 3. All right, 11, 6. So that's 8, 6. Because we just won 3 there. 8, 6. That's going to do us, isn't it? Back to the min. Always go back to the minimum. +1. That also is rude. Should be able to win on a 19, maybe not on an 18, but on a 19 certainly. So now a double for the push. Oh, dealer 22. Love it. Okay. Another plus, I think. And another dealer 22. Wow. Such a scam, that, it's just. Oh, very nice up there. Very fancy. I think I'm going to call that 1, 2. Eh. 3, 4, second. All right. 7, 4, drop. 8, 4. No, sorry. 9, 4. 7-4 it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, because we got 2 back there. Well, that would have been good. Now, Biggie. Oh, good God, you didn't have to get 21. You didn't need it. So that was an expensive one. That was it was 7-4. So now it's 15, 16. It's 15, 16, and it's only the second. Hey. Okay. I'm going to go to the wall with this one. 3, 3.5. Damn it. Well, that worked out, didn't it? And again, so that was 6.5 laid out, pushed out on the table to protect a win of 2,000. So that's a 35% return on risk, and I consider that to be absolutely acceptable. But lots of people don't, and gamblers, the sort of the mad gamblers, the vacation gamblers, the weekend punters, the whatever you want to call them, they would not even think about that. They come in with their $2,000 or their $5,000 or whatever, and they want to protect it. They want to sort of nurse it and sort of like just save it from harm, and it doesn't work. It just does not work. But I am apparently in a minority. Oh, that was a very pretty one, Mr. Wiz. That was a waste. Okay, so we're on 2, 3, third now, I think. Just enough. Yes, if that 8 had come before the 3, that would have been annoying. Double for the push. That's a bloody waste, isn't it? I think that might be 2, 3 second. My brain is just not doing well today. 5, 6 third. Is that a double? I'm going to say that it is. There we go. Right, I would say that this is a successful shoe. I'm going to do one more, but I mean, $3,000 for a shoe in 13 minutes, I think is pretty bloody good. All right. +1, moving into shoe 2. Boy, that was jammy. Yeah, I knew it was coming. Oh, Jesus. Those twits. Dum. That did not work, did it? 1, 2. And that was starting to look really good up there. Minimum. Plus double for the loss. Dealer 22 repeated. Oops. That worked a little better than mine. So that's 1, 2, second. I so want to hit those, 3, 4, third. 7, 4, drop. Drop is 2. 9, 4. Uh-oh. Okay. 9, 4, 13. And we have to leave it where it is. To the 22. Okay, so 11, 4, isn't it? Which is not very good. It's a little better. Oh dear. 11, 4, 7, 8. Did we double that? No. Uh-oh. Oh, bloody show off. 15, 16, third again. Okay, so it's 3, 1.5. So technically, well, say 3.5, 1.5 drop. Should be higher than that, but I don't want to go to 1,000. So 3.5, 1.5. All right, so 3, 1.5. Uh-oh. 5, 3, second. I'm just going to play on here and see what happens. 8, 6, third. I think that's a double. Oh dear. 8, 6, 20, 12. So the drop has to be 5. 2012. All right, so now 2012, 8. Well, let's call it 8, 10. No, that's not. I've miscalculated somewhere here, haven't I? See, because there's 10 out there. Let's clear that. No, it's got to be. It's going to have to be 15. Yeah, I think that's what I think it's got to be 14, 15. I screwed up there somewhere. Ouch. Need a 10 up there. Now we're into serious territory. Haven't done one of these for a long time. 29, 30. I think that'll do us. What do you reckon? Should we stand on that? Yeah, that was just a little too dramatic. But like I say so often, this is the game. This is how it is. You've got to have the right amount of money out just in case. But every single bet has a negative expectation. Every time you put money on the table, you should expect to lose, but have enough out where if your pessimism is proved wrong and you win, that it actually makes a contribution to the move towards your target, which is your loss to date plus a decent profit. But obviously, the profit that we've made this time is just silly because of blind luck. But I'm not against blind luck. I'm just against relying on it on a regular basis. Anyway, back to the minimum. Is that dealer 22 I see before me? For $25. Rat bags. 51 second. That looks like a double. Oops. Well, it's not terrible. Okay. That's a repeat. And back to the min. That looks like a double. I think that's plus max. But I have, I admit, lost track. Bugger. All right, that's just a repeater. And we're at plus max, so we don't go higher than that. You can go as high as you like, but 5 units is my max. There's a run going here. So what do you think of my turbo, eh? Well, that was jammy. Good God, look at this. Just going bonkers here. All right, well, we're back to the minimum now, and that was a lovely run, wasn't it? That's a plus one. Yeah, I haven't had a blackjack pair of shoes this good. Pair of shoes, get it? Quite a while. Plus one. 1, 2. Bomber. 3, 4 second. That's going to work. That's some nice naturals this time. Double for the loss. Ah, that was a waste, wasn't it? Oh, nicely done. We've had a lot of dealer 22s too. Plus max, your choice. All right, we're going to chase that one then. All right, so now we're on 3-4, third. All right, so we came out of that. I mean, look at that win over there. That's huge. I think that's +1. +1. Okay, lucky one. Plus max again. Excuse me. Oh, that's just a repeat, yeah. And another 22. Okay, so plus 37,063, pretty ridiculous. Definitely not typical, not something that I would suggest that you're going to be able to do every time. Wouldn't that be nice? I think we would probably not be persona grata in your average casino if we did this every time. Anyway, two shoes over here for 37 grand plus, two shoes of baccarat just now for about 8,000. So I would say that this was a good hour's work, which is the max that it is. So I'll catch you next time. Alexa,
This is
stop. All right, so my lovely cleaner is with me today. So there's going to be a bit of background noise, I think, from time to time. The distant sound of a vacuum cleaner. But yes, I'd be a mess without her, that's for sure. Anyway, I just thought I'd do a few more demos. This time I'm not swapping over to blackjack. I might if I get into real difficulty, but I don't have it open right now. I'm just kind of like inspired by the fact that you know how YouTube throws stuff at you, so that you show a slight interest in one thing and then boom, anything remotely connected pops up. And yesterday I had this guy called WizBJ turn up, and he's kind of like that other showman, not shaman, that's for sure. What's his name? The roulette guy, casino match faker. Well, that's what I call him anyway. All sorts of half-assed bloody strategies for baccarat, as this new guy, WizBJ. No, he's not new, and he's certainly got more subscribers than I do. But he's peddling absolute BS, absolute crap. I mean, I just departed the scene when he said, what was it? He says, yeah, well, we're going to go over to player now because there's been 3 player wins in a row, and usually 3 is followed by 4. What absolute BS. Anyway, what can I say? 51. And repeated. 1, 2. And try again. And that's good. I mean, apparently the bullshitters, the snake oil artists, are much more popular than boring people like me who actually demonstrate a long-term strategy for baccarat or whatever. Oh dear, that's life. I also think a lot of people pay to promote their channels, and so that brings a lot of extra biz. Not that it's business really, because certainly I'm making nothing out of this. I'm just getting some personal satisfaction. And now I've lost myself. Okay, we're at 75. We're on a little streak here, automatically followed by another player win. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, look at that! 3 in a row wasn't followed by whatever. What did I just do? Lost 1, so I'm going to repeat that. Okay, out of that, back to the min. Yeah, I think after a complete shoe, this guy WizBJ ended up with 550, won 550. If I had a shoe, and I'm starting at a lower level, he bets pretty much flat, 100 every time, and spreads maybe 1 to 4. So in terms of risk, he's certainly doing better than me. But in terms of actual efficacy, productivity, profitability, bullshit. I talk too much, don't I? 51. Repeat. Double for the tie. Nice bit of extra there. Minimum. +1. +1. Oh, that's as hard as I go, isn't it? Yeah. God, I'm thinking so slowly today. I don't know what's the matter with me. I'm just. My brain is not working well. That's a back to the minimum. We had a nice little streak going there, didn't we? Double for the tie. +1. +1. That's 1 too. That's good. Yeah, if you've had 3 wins in a row, then just repeat it. But if it's only 2 wins in a row, then double it. Double for the loss. 1, 2, third. Good job, player. Yeah, I guess all I've got to do is just be patient. Keep on putting up good, useful material and just hope that gradually word of mouth will do the job that Google does if you pay them. I think that's the secret for a lot of these channels on YouTube. They pump money into them, and that increases their chances of being able to take money out. Kind of makes sense, but that's not my game. What did we do there? Lost 50, lost 100. That's 2, 3, third. 5, 3 to the bank. Ooh, 8, 6. Well, that's no bloody use, is it? 14. Is that enough? 16? I think it is. Well, actually, it wasn't. So 30, 16. So we'll call that 3, 1.5 coming to player. And I might be opening blackjack pretty soon. All right, so 3, 1.5. Damn. 4.5. No, I'm going to stay here. 4.5, 3. I might just bail out of this shoe. 4.5, 3. 1.5, 2. I guess I don't have to bail out, do I? Back to the min. That's a repeat. That's minimum. Got a lot more wins than losses, that's for sure this time. That's another repeat. Double, oops. Double for the tie. There we go. Yeah, 31 wins to 17 to 18 losses. Oh, excuse me. 1, 2, third. 3, 2, hoppity hop. P1. 3, 2, that was our win trigger. 3, 2. 5, 4. Oh dear. 9, 11. Third on the bank. All right, so we got our commission back there and a bit of change. Repeat that one. Minimum still on the bank. Boo-hoo. Uh, 51. 2, 4. Okay, so we're making decent money on this shoe. Unlike Vegas J. Double for the loss. It's game over for us on this one. Okay, well, we had a ridiculous number of wins compared to the number of losses, so that's, that's just a soft shoe, as they say. Take a look at it. 2916. Pretty darn decent. But I mean, check out these, the front page here again. I mean, it's just silly to pretend that this strategy doesn't work. But believe me, people are doing it. Yeah, what have we got? We've got just 2 losses now at 30 sessions, 30 shoes rather. 2 losses, 28 wins. I mean, 28 to 2, that's not, the expectation would be about as many winning shoes as losing shoes. That would be what a mathematician would tell you is the probability. But if you bet strategically, this is what happens. So 37 into 9,226 into 6,000. Yeah, well, it's much of a muchness there, I think. Pretty much, sort of no big deal. What did we do? We went in the hole a bit, but not enormously. And that was just a nice soft shoe. It was lovely. Should I do another one? That's the question. Yeah, I guess so. So we'll take on another one. Where am I at time-wise? 13 minutes. Yeah, that sounds fair. I think there's a bit of a rollover there, wasn't there? I think it's probably 100 on banker. And now back to the minimum on the bank. Double for the loss. Repeat it. $51. 2-4. Well done, banker. Nicely timed. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51 again. Double for the tie. Yippee! Double for the loss. Two, 4 again. Yeah, we're in the groove right now, aren't we? Double for the loss. As soon as I say that, of course, I get into trouble. Plussing. I'm sure you noticed. Plus max, your choice. You can go higher if you want. We'll just repeat that one. Didn't get it, so we're on 3-5, third. Yeah, the banker is really working for us right now, right? 13 wins, 10 losses. How many players? 10 players. Yeah, okay. Back to the min, anyway. +1. 51. Should I be on player now? 51, 51, 51, 51, 51. Repeat it. Double it. Oops. Minimum. I think I'm still on banker. Double for the loss. 1, 2. Minimum. +1. 51 second. 2, 4. Third. 6, 4. Hopping. Oh dear. Here we go. B1. B2. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's already a turnaround, so we leave that alone. All right, that worked. Minimum. Double for the loss. 1, 2, third. Well done, player. Creeping up there again, aren't we? You know, I mean, I just don't get. I mean, he does a very nice job, WizBJ. It's very great graphics. I mean, you know, much fancier than my setup, and he's betting online. But he's peddling poop. Sorry. Lost 50, so that's going to be 51 second. Double for the tie. So that's 3-4 third. 7-4, and we're on the hop again. P1. Okay, 7-4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, now we go 7-8 for the tie. Yeah, the way that works is you don't touch after in response to a tie. You don't do anything if the prior bet or the current bet is more than 100. But if it's an opportunity to go from a standard recovery bet to a potential turnaround bet, then go for it. So we go 7-4. Now we're 7-8. And that worked out for us, didn't it? Minimum on the bank. +1. +1. Double for the tie. No. We just redo that. All right. I think now we're on plus max. We will chase that. Did not work out. So 3-5 is the third bet on the bank. 8-5 coming to player. B1. 8-5 it is. So 3-4 is the turnaround. 3-4. There it is. Yeah, you do see a lot of nonsense play on YouTube, that's for sure, and I think that's the plan. That's the way it's all set up. Because just across the board, there are no good players. That's that. They are all random punters. They are all selling the idea that losing is fun, and it's just amazing to me. Oh dear, were we on player? Was that right? Yeah. That's a double for the tie. And then we're on plus max again. Blimey. All right, chase it. So that is, oops. So we're on 3-4. So I'm going to save this one. I am going to chase the 3-4, but I don't know that I'm going to go for a full shoe. We're on 21 minutes right now. What did that one look like? Pretty good, I think, but 30 into 54 and 26 into 30. So yeah, that was a relatively soft shoe, but we're rolling over with 3-4, and I'm going to do that. I don't want to give up 400 or 300. That's just silly. Okay, was that 3-4 on player or 3-4 on bank? Oh dear. Okay, I'm going to assume player. 3-4. Boy, if only my brain worked. Well, that's already a turnaround. All right, so we got that back. I'll stick this out for on a little bit. We're on 22 minutes right now, so I'll go to 25. Unless I have to stay longer, of course. Double for the loss. Repeat. Minimum. Double for the loss. 1, 2, third. Well done, player. Double for the loss. No, what am I talking about? +1 for the win. There we go, another one. Okay, now we're going to go 1, 2, second. That worked. +1. Oh god, it's 1, 2 again. We're catching those 1, 2s, aren't we? This is a pretty good one. We're only 16 hands in and we got a grand. I like it. $51 second. 2, 3 third. Hop, 5, 3 hop. P1, that's the way it goes. P2, 5, 3 hop. 8, 6, dear me. I better make that 14, 16, I think. Damn it! So that's 3, 1.5 coming to player. So all of a sudden I'm in trouble. But that's the game. Okay, so we go 3, 1.5 now. Oh boy. 3, 3.5. Oh shit. Hate ties. Okay, so 6.5, 7. Now we're into serious. I think we better call it 7, 8. We're into serious shit now. Alright, out of trouble. And I'm out of time. It's 25 minutes and 16 things. So we had a bit of a scare there. But the whole point is you must have a bankroll which is up to the task. And the task is to give the house a run for its money, keeping in mind that the house has a lot more money than you do. So we have to be ready to step up every so often. So here, we got a shoe balance of 25.75, session balance inside 25 minutes of 7,835. So, this is the difference between a bullshit strategy like Vegas Jays or Casino Match Faker or whatever. And nobody could accuse Vegas Matt and that lot of any kind of strategy because they're just all over the place, and that's the way that they're meant to play, I guess. I mean, that must be the deal that they have. Mr. Handpay, Bobby, Bluffin' Bob, all those guys, and all the way up to the high rollers, the fancy players, the sort of the big money Looney Tunes, like what the hell is his name? Cody Burn Money. That's it. That's the guy. We don't see Steve will do it. Steve D. Leonardis, I think. We don't see him anymore because he was kicked off YouTube, I think, for bad behaviour and for just general arseholeness. So Dana White doesn't do videos. I wish he did because he's the guy who won over $1 million 23 nights in a row. So he should be telling us how he does that. But I guess people with amazing, miraculous secrets of baccarat I think he calls it baccarat as well. Dana White. Yeah. Anyway, bye bye. Yeah, I forgot to summarize the current front page. So I thought, well, what the heck? Instead of just doing a screenshot, I'll actually natter a bit, because I do love to blather on. You may have noticed. Anyway, we're about to lose a red ink thing for shoe 1457 down at the bottom. That's going to slip off next time. And then we'll be left with just one little red nasty in there. And in about a month's time, with any luck, it'll be wins all the way, which certainly would be something. But one thing that I do find very frustrating is the fact that every so often somebody will hit me with a note about how Sims don't mean anything, they don't tell you anything, they're not the same as the real thing, they're not the same as real money, blah, 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 blah. And my answer to that is always the same. Show me, prove it, I mean, just do a screenshot of you playing, one or two shoes against one or other of these two Sims that I always provide a link to in the descriptions in every single new presentation that I put up on the channel. And let's see it. Let's see you beating these Sims. And nobody's ever taken me up on that. And I think that's because, the folks who come up with that kind of crap are all trolls. They're all working for the casinos one way or another. And, they just, they say that just to kind of, I don't know, just mock or demean or diminish or insult what I'm doing. And I know for sure that these two Sims, this one and the Wizard's very slow, non-turbo blackjack Sim, are exactly.
This is
Alexa, stop. Exactly like the real game. It's Tesco time, just in case you wondered. I mean, what can I do? I can't say anything more than that. I mean, I'll keep repeating myself because I guess I like the sound of my own voice. But, this strategy works. That's it. And yes, sometimes you have to dig deep. But digging deep is what the casinos have to do all the time. When somebody starts, racking up a lucky streak against them, they just ride it out without any concern because, they know that they've got more money than even Dana White, even Mad What's-His-Features, Cody Burn Money, and the others. They've just got tons more money and they can wait out any kind of run against them with impunity, whereas there are very, very few players who have, number one, the money to take them through a bad stretch, and number two, a strategy which won't get them into worse trouble. I mean, I watch these guys with 5 and 6 hands, and those jerks, what do they call themselves? The on-tilt boys. I mean, all of that profanity and negativity and nastiness, shittiness, bad manners. I mean, how the hell is that any damn use to anybody? And what does he say? He says, oh, well, they're mushing me. I don't even know what that means. Does anybody else know what that means? Sounds to me like it's crooking me, or and I saw so much of that in Nevada in all the years I lived there. These stupid people who play like prats, and then when they lose, they assume that the casino must be crooked. So they try and leap across the table to attack the dealer, or they tip over the tables, or they throw stools around, just bloody stupidity. And that's what these guys, the on-tilt boys, are all about. And I will be very happy if I never lay eyes on them again. I mean, it's just pathetic. Bye-bye. Yeah, this is the current state of play with the Baccarat Win Pro, the last 30 Baccarat Win Pro shoes. And I leave their logo up there because, I mean, this sim that they've created, whoever the hell they are, I really don't know. We sort of back and forth every so often in email, but there are never any names attached, and I don't know exactly where they are, or whatever. I suspect somewhere like Singapore or somewhere in the Far East. Certainly, their bank is in Antigua, I think. But yeah, they do look after me in the sense that they don't charge me for their services, because I promoted them pretty enthusiastically since I first discovered them. But the most important thing is I have no control whatsoever over these shoes. I don't get to see them in advance. I wouldn't want to see them in advance. I mean, people who accuse me of cheating, and I must admit it's not as many as it was years ago, but people who, they don't seem to think before they open their mouths or before they make these stupid remarks, because why would somebody do that? I mean, what is the point? I know you've got some, people who cheat at golf and who appoint themselves the champion of their own golf clubs and all that sort of stuff, but that's kind of a mad narcissism which just doesn't make any sense in the real world, only between their ears. And unfortunately, every so often, one of those people becomes a real nuisance because they get into a position of power where they can do real danger. But anyway, that is a whole other story. The last 30 shoes from Baccarat Win Pro, 30 shoes altogether, 2 losers totaling about 8,000, and the rest, bang. I mean, it's just, what are it? 197,671, it says down the bottom there, and that includes the 2 losers. So the 28 winning shoes were 204,815, and the 2 losers were 7,054. I mean, come on, people, And yeah, I could be a crook, but what for? I'm not selling anything. I'm not twisting anybody's arm. I'm simply trying to get across to people the notion that if you can't afford to back your play, then taking on a game with a negative expectation, which means all casino house games, is foolish and self-destructive. And sometimes I get so worked up about this stuff that I start to froth at the mouth, kind of like what's his face, Cody Burn Money. I mean, it's ridiculous to even think that you can do it. And yet you see it all the time with these professionals on YouTube with their gambling channels. They keep throwing money out, sort of thousands after thousands after thousands, as if somehow merely having a lot of money is enough to guarantee them that they're going to win. I just don't. I don't understand it. They don't have any sort of like, self-defense mechanisms. They don't have any kind of understanding of the real numbers behind games. But hey, been through all that, done it before, talked about it a lot. Nobody seems to give a shit. And actually, it's kind of a good thing. Because if everybody in the world were to start betting the way that I do, the way that I'm recommending here, then the casinos would shut down and a whole promising market would go away, and that's a shame. It'd be like, the stock market suddenly disappearing because somebody had figured out how to cheat the same way that the likes of Trump's buddy, what's his face, the scumbag, Muskbag, whatever. What can I say? I mean, all I can do is point you at this stuff, say, okay, here we have it. The last 30 shoes, 28 winners, 205,000. 2 losers, 7,000. Do the math, people. I mean, come on, do yourselves a favor.